You know, someone asked me this weekend why I come on here every day, and just to get hated by liberal groups. I get scrutinized by the press, all kinds of mean tweets, and called every bad name under the sun. And well, one, I do it because I take genuine pleasure in making liberals mad. I just do. But mostly because I love this country. Now, not everyone in it, obviously, but I do believe what we stand for as a country, and it was what I was willing to die for. Look, I love that we're just better than everyone else, or at least we used to be. And that's why I do it. I love that we get to talk here at this show to hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions of you at home who get it. You're just sick of the nonsense, and you have a home here. I love that we have guns and a constitution with inalienable rights. We may have a houseplant for a president, but we still have the most powerful military and abundance of resources. We call the Super Bowl winners world champions because other countries don't even try to compete against us. Look, I'm happy to live in a country that would rather win world wars than World Cups because we built the world's most advanced aircraft carrier and then we built 10 more. I'm proud to have grown up in a nation that is flat out better than anywhere else in the world. That if you need a hand or you're looking to better yourself, we're there for you. But if you threaten us, we'll kill you. But as I started to think about this on the train, I was on my way in here today, actually, and it crossed my mind. Sometime between when I was a kid and now, people stopped being proud of that greatness. It became cool for people living here in America to hate it. Hell, more than half the Democratic Party can be lumped into this basket. It became hip to apologize for achieving or trying to better yourself or others. We look for things to be offended by as a country right now. It's like a race to the bottom, the most oppressed. Somehow being strong is being defined by like the body positivity movement, and now it's courageous for men to play in women's sports. The Pope even recently condemned masculinity. This was only after firing a few other senior members for actually being Catholic. The weak people, controlled by the left, have banded together to create some bizarre notion that you're either oppressed or the oppressor. There's no middle ground. They believe you are either a victim or you're the bad guy. And somehow kneeling to this beta, vegan, govern me harder green dream movement is somehow going to solve world hunger and make everyone sing Kumbaya under the globalist control of the UN and Klaus Schwab. No, not happening with me. I want to be the best. And I don't care if others aren't. Do better. I don't want to bring everyone down because some can't or won't achieve. I want to set the bar as high as possible, and if some people want to climb over that bar with me, then great, let me give you a hand up. That's what America used to be, folks. But if people don't want to do it, why should I care? Or even more curious, why people think we all should just underachieve because, like Guam is less prosperous than the United States. Who cares? That doesn't make us the oppressor. But this is the mind of the left. Indoctrinate an entire population to be weak, which is very counter to every American value we hold, not to mention against every instinct of mankind. Folks, we descended from like savage hunters. We're not supposed to look like this guy, I guess, right here. We used to harvest woolly mammoths and fend off saber-toothed tigers. I walk down the street now in any major city. You think most of those people could harvest their own food? I sure don't think so. But if you don't think this is happening, pull your head out of the sand and take a look around. 50 years ago, the owner's manual from a car had instructions on how to adjust the timing of the valves on your vehicle. Now they warn you not to drink the contents of the battery. 18-year-old men lied about their age in 1944 to storm the beaches of Normandy, and now they lie about their gender to win women's sports. Our schools used to teach kids how to cook, do their taxes. We had the Pledge of Allegiance every morning with classes that actually got them jobs. Now they teach pronouns and words are violence, and everyone gets a trophy. Don't let them take our Americanism away. I'm certainly not going to. Look, let's take it back, folks. And we don't need an election for this. It doesn't matter who's running our country. It matters what's at the heart of the country. You're that heart. It's time to change the culture of this country. It's time to get loud, because if we don't, they will. We got to be louder than these pink-haired barista or unemployed vegans or people twerking in the streets trying to read nasty books to your kids. You teach your kids the values that got us here. That, in turn, will elect candidates that reflect that. There's no more being quiet. There's no more sitting around. Being quiet is not how we became better than every other country. You need to teach your kids that. And sometimes when they whine about it, double down. We have nearly 3,000 Olympic medals, more than 3 times any other country. The second place country of Great Britain, who we also beat for our freedom, came in second with only 948. We smoked the third place winner, Germany, not only in World War II, but also in medals. They only have 892, followed by France, who we also bailed out in the same war, with 874. The rest of the world is just competing for a distant second place, and I love it. And I certainly will never apologize for it, neither should you. And if France has a problem with that, who cares? What are they famous for? Having America storm their beaches, the world's most ornate radio tower, and croissants. Great job, guys. The world would have largely been the same without Switzerland, Germany, Italy, Spain, or even Kazakhstan. But without America, not only would they all be speaking German, but all those advancements might not have happened. People want us here in America to some weird reason apologize for that. Look, do I wish we didn't have to drop 2 atom bombs on Japan? Of course I never wanted to do that. But I'm also not sorry we did because we were at war after they bombed us. We should stop apologizing for the things we had to do as America because all of them entered a greater era. Not every individual thing America has done has been great, but all of them have amounted to a net greatness. And the same people who are telling us that we should have hate speech laws and global governance and universal health care are the same people who come to America when they need the latest and greatest medical procedure because we out-innovate here in America, where we invented the MRI and hearing aids and defibrillators and chemotherapy. Oh, Carl, but the rest of the world has a lot to share, too. Oh, yeah? Shared on the internet that we invented, not by Al Gore, by the way. We invented the email, the personal computers, mobile phones, GPS. We invented freaking laser beams and video cameras and video games and microwaves and traffic lights and even chocolate chip cookies. Apple pie, too, actually. Without America, we wouldn't have football or NASCAR, pickup trucks, air conditioning, and the revolver, trains, planes, and automobiles, and the atom bomb. Because as Ronald Reagan said, we in America unleashed the individual genius of mankind to a greater extent than has ever been done before. And half the country wants to take that away. And the party that all said that Trump was going to start World War III, he actually didn't. But the new guy who claimed that the adults are back in charge as well, on his way to doing it instead. I believe everyone should have the freedom to achieve as much or as little as they want. I believe actual history began on 1776, and it should be celebrated by the fireworks that we invented, by the way. I want to beat my chest, wear an American flag headband, shoot guns, eat steak, make fun of Canada and Europe, and never travel outside the United States ever again. Sorry, not sorry, but this is my home. So when someone asks me why I'm as outspoken as I am, it's because I'm not willing to let it slip away.